Dre all day.
Dre Baldwin, balloverseas.com, Overseas Basketball Blueprint. The topic we will address today is, should you even bother to get an agent for basketball? Before I get started, if you're watching this on video, please like, comment, share the video. Let us know that we are giving you some value when it comes to playing pro basketball. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or any podcasting platform, SoundCloud, whatever, leave a review, follow, whatever you can do on the show, and let everybody else know that we are the plug for overseas basketball content. So all that being said, should you even bother getting an agent for professional basketball? And the answer to the question is yes. And the reason why I'm even answering this question is because I have even talked about this in my book, Overseas Basketball Blueprint. I'll tell you about this book in a minute, and also my book, Basketball Agents Decoded. I have gone and gotten myself contracts to play pro basketball without the help of an agent before. But there are also times I got contracts through the help of an agent. So the question might be, for you players out there who are struggling to find an agent, is it even worth it to even try to get an agent? Why do I even need to bother getting an agent if this dude right here is sitting here telling me that he got deals without an agent before? And there's many other players besides myself saying, look, I've gotten on without an agent. You don't need an agent to get on. You can still get on without one. Here's some reasons why you should get a basketball agent. Number one reason you should get an agent is because when you have an agent, the agent can, what's the word? Just slipped my mind. But the agent basically validates you. That's the word I'm looking for. They give validation to your name in the professional basketball world. Because if you have an agent who has gotten clients signed before and they decide to sign you, that means a person who has seen players get deals and help players get deals looked at you and saw you as someone who was worthy of also getting a deal. And that means a whole lot in the eyes of the professional basketball teams around the world, who can say, all right, this agent has got another guy signed before and they're good. All right, he's representing these guys. All right, these guys must at least be halfway good as well. That matters. That matters a whole lot. That's some validation, some social proof for you, because somebody who has gotten guys deals before, they also looked at you as somebody who can get a deal. So that's one reason. Another thing it does is it validates you in the eyes of yourself. And I think this matters a lot for a lot of you players out there, especially when you're trying to get that first deal. You're trying to get your foot in the door, or maybe your foot's halfway in the door because at least you got an agent, but you're trying to get a team to believe in you. If you got an agent in your corner who is representing you and you know they're out there working at least on your behalf, saying your name, that means something for your game. And that can mean something for you when you're waking up on a Thursday afternoon, you still don't have a deal, you got to go to this full-time job that you don't like, you feel like your clock is ticking, excuse me, when it comes to pro basketball, but you know you got that agent, and you know you hear from your agent once a week letting you know, like, yo, just stay in shape, stay ready, I'm still working. The agent can't always give you any real updates. They just got to keep working and trying to get you on. But having that agent, I think, can keep you locked in and focused in the game, even when you start to slip a little bit because that opportunity hasn't come and there's nothing or no one around you giving you any positive feedback that you might actually end up getting on at some point. So having that agent also helps in that way. Another thing that agent can do is, once you do have an opportunity, your agent can keep you afloat. Your agent can keep you in the game once you're in there. So if, let's say a team offers you a tryout and then they don't decide to sign you. They decide to sign somebody else, or they decide to sign nobody, but you're already in Europe. Maybe that agent can get you another tryout somewhere else and you couldn't have got that tryout on your own. Maybe your agent can help get you another opportunity that you couldn't have got into. Your agent can get you into a tryout for, let's say a team has an open tryout, but it's private. It's open, but it's private, meaning invitation only. Your agent can get you into that tryout. They can get you an invitation that you couldn't have got by yourself if you didn't know anybody. You couldn't get into that room without knowing somebody. Well, your agent is that somebody that you now know. So having that agent around can help you in those ways. First of all, another thing an agent can do is an agent can let you know what level they believe you're at and what kind of league you should expect to be signed with if and when you sign, and how much money you should expect to make. That's a really important thing with a lot of you players, because a lot of players from the United States who are trying to play pro ball overseas, even players from outside of USA trying to play overseas, you don't know anything about the overseas game, and with good reason, because there's no governing body that just gives you, all right, here's all the information you need to know about overseas and everybody abides by these same standards. It doesn't really work like that, because every country is unique. So an agent can tell you, all right, based on where you're coming from and based on what I've seen of your game and watching you play and your size and your attributes and all of that, you're probably going to play at like the second division in countries like France or Spain or Germany. I'm just making these up. And you should expect to make this much money per year with your first job. All right, that's what you should expect. So I just want to have your expectations in the right place for when you get a deal. I think that will help you a lot. You player who's trying to get on, and you're, maybe you're talking to your wife or your husband or your family or your kids, and just trying to figure out, how am I going to make this work if and when I do get a gig overseas, or what should I expect to make, and how am I going to be able to get some money back to the family? How am I going to be able to take care of myself? Those would be good things to know, I would think, if you're going to go play overseas. So these are things that you want to have in mind. These are all things that an agent will already know, and an agent will put those in your head, and they'll let you know that off top. Like, before you even get a deal, your agent will let you know. I remember I was playing in Montenegro, and I signed with an agent while I was already on. I got the deal by myself, but while I was in there, I signed with an agent, and I was talking to them about my next deal, and I was telling them, like, yo, what about Mexico? Because I had played in Mexico before, and the agent was like, nah, you already in Europe. Going to Mexico would be going backwards for you. And that's something that I had never even thought of. But the agent was right. But that's something that the agent would understand, because they had other players and they understood the market. And this agent had like 200 clients. So they were able to tell me about everything in all these different countries and all these things working out, and what could happen next and what could happen next, and things that can happen after that. But these are things that agents know, because they're on the inside looking out, and you're on the outside trying to look in. So you want to connect with an agent, somebody who's on the inside of the game. And the last reason goes hand in hand with what I just said, is that an agent is somebody who's on the inside. So anytime you're on the outside of an industry trying to get in, one of the smartest things you can do is connect with somebody who's already on the inside, somebody who's already in the game, somebody who's already known, somebody who's already moving around. Because even if they can't just hand you a deal, they can't just get you an opportunity just off the strength of their word, maybe they won't be able to do that, but they could at least give you the information. They could at least show you what's going on. They could at least tell you, like, yo, get on this conference call with me so you can hear what's going on and what's being said. Or, yo, check out this email that somebody sent me so you got an idea of what these teams are thinking and what they're looking at and how they make their moves. When I, for example, stopped playing ball and I got into the professional speaking business, I had a mentor who was already in the game. She was deep in the game. She was already doing speaking gigs, full keynote fees, and traveling and doing speaking gigs every week, traveling all across the country, doing gigs around the world, doing gigs. And she was on the inside. And it ain't like she was just able to say, like, yo, everybody assign Dre for a speaking gig. It didn't happen like that. But because she was on the inside, she could tell me what was working. She told me what kind of fees to charge, what should I expect at the beginning. I got to see how she was doing things. When she did a gig, she was like, yo, come with me to this gig and just see what I'm doing. I'll just tell you, my assistant, and just watch what I'm doing. Watch how I'm working it. Watch how I'm giving my presentation. Watch the way I set it up. And then you can see, I'll introduce you to the decision makers, so you got an idea of who they are and how they make their decisions and how they look at things. And that put me onto a ton of game, even though, again, it's not like she was just handing me opportunity out for nothing. I had to end up earning it myself, but now I had some insight in how the game worked. And an agent can do that for you. You can't do that for yourself when you're sitting in Tennessee trying to get a job in damn Eastern Europe. You don't know nothing about that. But your agent knows everything about it if you can get one. So these are all reasons why you would still want to have an agent, even if you think you could do it on your own, because an agent knows stuff that you just don't know. So if you're a player out there who happen to be able to get a deal on your own, or you're trying to get a deal on your own right now, and let's say you end up doing it, you get a deal by yourself, congratulations, you made it happen. You are a true hustler. However, once you get on and you get that contract, go get yourself an agent while you got that deal. It'll be much easier for you to get an agent to listen to you when you already on, because the agent's like, all right, this player already got himself a deal. They can probably get another one. That agent will be interested in at least talking to you. Get yourself an agent, because they know stuff that you don't know. This is an information world, even though information is everywhere. The problem nowadays is not having information, is not knowing which information to get. You get with an agent, they know things that you don't know. So that will help you a lot. So all that said, get your free copy of this book, Overseas Basketball Blueprint, by going to balloverseas.com. The book is already paid for. All you do is cover a small shipping charge, ship it to you worldwide. This is the book that gives you everything you need to know to get started to play ball overseas. When it comes to agents, I got a book called Basketball Agents Decoded. You can get this book, my book called The Truth About Overseas Basketball Exposure Camps, and my book Overseas Basketball Secrets. All three of these, plus this one, it's called the Overseas Blueprint Bundle. You can get all four of these together when you go to balloverseas.com. But if you only want to get one, you just want to get this one, you can get that one too. It's all up to you. We got the information that you need. Again, that's at balloverseas.com. Work on your game. Dre, all